Today, I'm going to talk all about photos. So I've worked with thousands of contractors over the past 10 years in getting their Xactimate estimates paid. And the ones that are super successful and the ones that are just not being able to make any movement with the adjuster is one simple thing usually, and that is photos. Not taking enough photos, not taking the right photos, and not providing them in a way that the adjuster can easily see them. So I'm going to show you some tactics around photos today and how you can start taking photos that get you paid and have a system of doing it so it's not hard for you or your sales team to remember which ones you should be getting. So let's go take a look. So this photo that you're seeing here actually shows quite a few things that a lot of people wouldn't pick up on. And of course, they took a picture of this, the person who provided this, because it has the address number. But in fact, what they captured was quite interesting. So right here, this little overhang, if you will, is like an arts and crafts project. It's not connected to the field bed of the shingle, so you have to set up a ladder. You have to carry off that debris and go hand dispose of it somewhere in a dumpster. And then you have to grab your shingles and set up your ladder again and come back here and fit that in. It's also kind of a bad quality photo, but I can tell that there's some flashing there that's worked into the stucco, that if we're going to go by code and not reuse our flashing, that also will have to be removed and replaced. So there's quite a bit of money sitting here. So what I would add is extra labor hours for having to set up and take away the debris and then install these shingles. And then I would provide a better picture of the flashing. I'd actually lift up the shingle right next to the flashing and show that the flashing is nailed through to the shingle in order to get that represented by code to get that flashing replaced. If that's something that you would do, I do promote that everybody should be adhering to IRC code. But this one photo right there probably is worth about anywhere from $400 to $800, depending on the price list and where you live. Those items that I just mentioned can be quite pricey. The next photo I want to look at here, this is the same house. And you'll see same thing. I have to pull a ladder over here, take off those shingles. I have to deal with this flashing in some manner. Now, it doesn't even look like it's installed properly now that we have a better picture of it, but that could be another reason for installing it that properly according to code and manufacturer specifications. So this again is another 2-3 hours worth of extra labor hours because I have to set up my ladder and fiddle around with this. Maybe 2 workers are working in tandem. And then the step flashing that we have to work on here as well. Just getting this one photo proves quite a few extra items that I need to be adding to my estimate, and we'll get those items paid because I can prove that they exist on the home and the cost will be incurred. Another thing that I commonly run into that people aren't adding to their estimates because they don't have the right photos is this kind of a situation right here. We're working on this home. Right here, of course, this is just a Google Street View. Here, as you see on my screen, if the contractor was smart, he'd provide very good photos of this situation, but basically it's landlocked. So I can't put the dumpster out front. There is no driveway, so I'd have to find a place on the very busy street where to put that, or perhaps put it in the alleyway, but this is the middle of Denver, so I'm not sure that that's allowed. So we have a situation here where we're gonna have to hand carry debris off of the roofs, these 2 roofs here, and put that debris somewhere. So right there, that's extra labor hours for the whole shebang, the whole project. Then where am I going to drop the materials? Okay, even if I drop them out here, you're still going to have to hand carry them around back to this structure here, and that's not average. So there's just this one photo shows that there's a lot of extra labor hours that's going to be on this property. So again, I would say you should take photos of your guys actually moving that debris out to a separate dumpster that isn't dropped in a normal location. That's going to get you paid even faster. But even this one photo here illustrates that this is a landlocked house and there's not much area for me to drop the dumpster and then also get the materials onto the property so that they can load them onto the roof. So I'd take it even a step further, and I'd say if you can get something like Company Cam, which is a great application that goes on any of your sales reps' apps, you can then start to circle and highlight what's damaged and what isn't. I thought this is a great example from one of the members of our group here at Estimate Mastery University that we have, where we train everybody how to do all of this. This is one the contractor showed up and actually already had implemented Company Cam, and it was a beautiful thing. So the other thing about Company Cam is the photos don't live on the device, so that way you guys don't have to have them upload to a Google Drive or do Dropbox or something like that. If you take photos in some of these apps, they will go straight to the cloud so that anyone in your company can see the photos. It's pretty cool. And they can do this annotation as well in the app itself and capture the information while they're out in the field rather than have to drive out there and get all the information 3, 4, 5 times I hear that contractors are going back out to grab photos, and that should not be the case. So the last thing I want to show you is a photo checklist. So this is the photo checklist that we give to everybody here who's a member of the Estimate Mastery University. And I'm going to show you today because it's not rocket science. Anybody can create something like this. Just try to make sure that it gets on one printable page. So this will print to like 8 by 11, something that somebody could print, and that way, you can hand it to them out in the field. It's also, it's a list on Company Cam. We've had Company Cam put that over there on their app as a list that you can just, use, rinse, and repeat. This also could be like a Google form. It could translate really easily. But basically what we're doing is we want there to be a checklist of all of the photos that the sales reps are getting. And so I just go down the list. So that way when they show up to the property, are doing the same thing in the same direction every time, or rinse and repeat process. That way you stop going out 4 or 5 times to get the photos. They should get them usually a pre-inspection, during the repair or replacement, and then afterward. Post repair is really the 3 main times you want to be taking photos, but those should all be checklists according to those 3 phases. You shouldn't be driving out 4 or 5 times repair to get the photos that you need because of the supplement process that you're in. So basically, if they start doing the same way in the same direction every time, they're going to get really fast at it. I would say when they pull up to the house, snap a front elevation photo. Then once they're up on the roof, we need a roof overview photo. We need drip edge and number of layers at the edge of the roof. Felt, what's going on at the edge of that roof? What kind of drip edge? How is the drip edge attached? Is it, are the gutters attached? Are they attached through the drip edge? We're going to damage the gutters if we do any work at the edge of the roof. We also want to see any access issues, like I mentioned before with that Denver home like this. We want to notate any of that while we're out there the first time. And then all the accessories, flashing, and also I want to see the elevation photos, at least front, right, rear, left. And that's because I'm looking for collateral damage. If they said, oh no, that's blistering, well, I'll be like, well, then why does everything else have hail hits on it? So lots of things that can be cured up front in the supplement process in talking to the adjuster if you have the right photos. So that's what I'd say. Create a checklist, and then that's how I was able to get my contractors that we work with here at Estimate Mastery to get me the right photos the first time, like this one, because they knew they needed to take a picture of the front of the dwelling and all of the elevations, so that way I could get things like bay windows captured and can ask for that extra money. So my name is Alina Wilson with Estimate Mastery. If you like this content, please be sure to like this video. That's how you can let us know here at Estimate Mastery that you're liking the content. And if you'd like me to talk more about photos, just comment more photos down below, and I have tons more I can talk about photos and share with you. Also, if you found this information useful, please consider subscribing, as I release a new video like this every Tuesday. Hope you have a great week in your business, and I will see you next week.